How to drive legally in Vermont. It is a big responsibility to drive a car. Driving a car legally is really important for your safety and for those around you. This video will tell you what you need to know about driving legally in Vermont. The Department of Motor Vehicles, DMV, is a government agency where you will go to register your vehicle and take your test to obtain a driver's license. There are 6 Department of Motor Vehicles in Vermont: in Bennington, Montpelier, Newport, Rutland, South Burlington, and Springfield. It is the law that all passengers in a car must wear a seatbelt. A child under 2 years of age shall be properly secured in a federally approved rear-facing child restraint system. A child between 2 and 5 years of age who is not properly secured in a rear-facing system shall be properly secured in a forward-facing system. A child between 5 and 8 years of age shall be properly secured in a booster seat. Driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs is dangerous and illegal. Alcohol and illegal drugs and cannabis makes it very difficult to drive safely. Your reactions will be slower and your judgment will be affected. Even if you feel okay to drive, you may not be. If you take any prescription drugs or over-the-counter medications that might make you sleepy, affect your eyesight, or dizzy, please ask your doctor if it's okay to drive while taking them. It is the law in Vermont that drivers must never use portable electronic devices like cell phones, tablets, or laptops when driving. This means no texting while driving. If you live in Vermont and plan to drive in Vermont, you must obtain a Vermont driver's license. Driving a car without a valid license is illegal, and if you are pulled over in Vermont, your vehicle could be impounded. This means the police will bring it to a place where you will have to prove that you own the car and pay a fine before you can retrieve it. This fine increases for every day you do not retrieve your vehicle. If you have moved to Vermont from another state or another country and you have a valid driver's license, you need to go to a Vermont Department of Motor Vehicles office to apply for a Vermont license within 60 days of moving to the state. If you are a Vermont resident and do not already have a driver's license, you will have to get a Vermont learner's permit before you go get your license. To get a Vermont learner's permit, you must pass the Vermont permit test and pay the required fees. You must be at least 15 years old to take the permit test. If you are 15, 16, or 17 years old, you need your parents' or legal guardian's permission to take the permit test. A parent or legal guardian must sign the application before you can take the test. The DMV allows interpreters to assist you during both the written learner's permit exam and the driving road test. If you want to apply for a learner's permit, you must have kept a clean driving record in the previous 2 years. A driver who has obeyed traffic laws and has no tickets or accidents has a clean driving license. If you have been caught driving without a license, however old you are, and or have speeding tickets, been caught driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs, or have a suspended license, you do not have a clean driving license. If you do not have a clean driving license or have not had one in the past, you should contact the Department of Motor Vehicles, as you may be required to wait longer before you can obtain a license and drive. With a valid learner's permit, you may drive anywhere, anytime in Vermont, as long as there is someone sitting next to you in the front seat who has a current license and is 25 years of age or older and has not been drinking or taking drugs. You cannot drive a vehicle on your own if you only have a learner's permit. Before driving in any other state, you must contact that state's Department of Motor Vehicles to see if driving in that state with a Vermont learner's permit is legal. When you pass your driving test, you will be issued a driver's license. This is where you can see the dates that your license is valid. If you are under 18 years old, for the first 3 months after passing your test, you can only drive alone or with a parent, guardian, instructor, or an adult with a driver's license who is over 25. The second 3 months allows you to drive with immediate family members, like parents, siblings, or other family members who live with you. After 6 months, you can drive anyone in your car. Remember to let the Department of Motor Vehicles know if you change your address, so they can easily send you reminders when your license and registration needs to be renewed. There is a list of documents that you need to bring with you before you take the driving road test for a driver's license. Go to this website for the list. You can find this link in the comments section of this video. A driver's privilege card allows you to drive legally in Vermont without a social security number. Vermont issues a driver's privilege card, DPC, specifically for residents who do not have a social security number or are unable to prove lawful residence. To apply for a driver's privilege card, please go to this website for more information. You can find this link in the comments section of this video. Vermont law requires all drivers to have insurance for their car. Car insurance covers damage to your vehicle and protects you financially if you have damaged someone else's car or caused the other driver injuries. Car insurance can also pay for medical bills if you or your passengers are injured in an accident, or if you're hit by a driver who is uninsured or underinsured. If you live in Vermont, it is the law that all cars are registered at the Vermont Department of Motor Vehicles. They will send you a certificate of registration, which you must keep in your car. New Vermont residents are required to obtain a Vermont registration certificate for their car within 60 days of moving to Vermont. A vehicle can be registered in Vermont for 1 or 2 years, depending on what you choose on your application. A license can be valid for 2 to 4 years, depending on what you choose too. There can be a higher fee for longer registration periods. Every registered vehicle in Vermont must pass an annual safety inspection at a licensed inspection station. This is what an inspection sticker looks like. Police in Vermont can pull you over and fine you for driving an uninspected vehicle or displaying an expired sticker. Drive safely, drive legally. It will save lives.